Facebook Live. So in this episode, we will share about another thrilling episode. Is that correct? My host Elvin.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure a lot of our audience are very excited to see us again. We have not had a live stream last week due to the Raya holidays in Malaysia over here. So we're back again this week to actually present another session of a live stream with a very special guest today.
Yes, correct. And this time, well, back our previous episode, we have a sharing about success story. Well, two episodes. Well, this time we will do a little bit of twist. We will do a story from about a testimony.
True. And today's topic, we are again, like all our live stream sessions, we are always sharing on some inspiring stories, testimonials, and all these topics is about giving information, giving out knowledge to people so you can actually learn and make some changes in our life. So before we go any further, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Alvin. I'm the host for today. And together with me here, I also have another host for tonight.
Yes, so my name is Chester and I'll be the co-host for tonight.
All right, good evening again, and thank you all for tuning in. Whether you're tuning in from Facebook, whether you're tuning in from YouTube, thank you all for tuning in for tonight. Now, tonight's topic is actually a special topic that we selected today. All right, it's a topic that this condition actually affects millions of people worldwide, but it's often misunderstood. As if you've mentioned, seen us posting about this episode, we are going to talk about GERD disease or acid reflux, which is a chronic acid reflux. Now, what is GERD? It actually stands for gastroesophageal reflux disease. One person who is always struggling with heartburn, with a lot of throat discomfort, or if you have some acid taste in your mouth, or you're always having all this bloating and burping sensation because of an indigestion issue. Okay, this episode you should really pay attention because we're not just going to talk about all the different solutions. We're going to invite somebody to talk about his own journey. All right. To let you guys know, there's not today we're going to share more solutions, not just about managing GERD, all right, this condition, but also improving your quality of life in the next way, aesthetically and naturally. Today, you will be able to hear from someone with this experience and from somebody who has this journey and facing the same struggles with you and how you actually found relief. So if you're interested to find more, look no further. Today, we're going to share with you the different solutions and also some insights and certain tips that you could do to improve your condition. If you're one person or if you're somebody who is having GERD or acid reflux condition, this live stream is definitely going to be very beneficial for you. Or if you know somebody else, or probably your family members or your friends who also suffer from the same condition of acid reflux or also known as heartburn, please remember to tag them and share this video to them. Tag them on Facebook and share it to them so that they can all learn how they can manage this condition.
Yes. And of course, since you guys are watching from live, leave a comment or maybe follow, subscribe, and leave a comment so I will go through the comments and I can ask the question to our guest for tonight.
True. Thank you, Chester, for saying that. So again, don't forget, leave your comments. If you have any questions, leave the comments down below and we will be answering your questions later on. Okay.
Right. So without further ado, let us introduce our guest. And also, I forgot to mention that he is also one of our Share Your Campaigns winner. Uh, he submitted his testimony for us, and surprisingly, he is the winner of our Share Your Story campaign. So, of course,
Yes.
without further ado, let
Yes,
us welcome.
exactly. Today we would have a very experienced sharer who actually have this condition of GERD and acid reflux. and we're very excited to hear his story. But before we hear his story, we're gonna keep it in the suspense a little while because we want to, for the benefit of some people who might not actually know more about GERD or they don't really understand what's acid reflux. So over today we do a short course study, right, Chester? Is it okay if we
Yeah,
do
sure, no
a little
problem.
bit of refresher course to let everybody online to know more about GERD acid reflux.
So yeah,
Okay.
what is acid reflux, Alvin?
All right. So to explain this condition, I think I would need to actually share something so that everybody can see and understand more clearly. Right from here. Okay, I'm sure you guys will be able to see the slides over here. Okay, all okay? The screen all okay? Just all right.
Yeah, it's all good.
So okay, so if you are wondering what is GERD, like I mentioned earlier, GERD stands for Gastroesophageal Reflux Disease, all right? It's also a chronic type of acid reflux. Also, somebody would also call it heartburn. Now, to understand this disease, first of all, we need to understand our human body. Our stomach produces this kind of stomach acid. Why? Because stomach acid helps us to digest the food that we eat every day. So stomach acid is a good thing that is staying in our stomach to help us digest food. However, okay, sometimes for people with an acid reflux condition, in the stomach there is a part where it's called lower esophageal sphincter, and this muscle actually gets loose and it's not keeping the stomach acid within the stomach. So what happens is the stomach acid will actually go up and go into the esophagus, and that will actually cause some acid reflux or the feeling of the acid taste on your throat and on your mouth. And that's why this is what it happens for people with acid reflux. And people with GERD will have a very chronic acid reflux, which means this condition happens to them probably very often or a few times in a week or a few times in a month. So it's a very chronic acid reflux, where the stomach acid again it goes back up to the throat. So which means the lower esophageal sphincter is there's something that it loses its flexibility, the muscles, and that's why you get the stomach acid coming back the throat. I hope that's very easy to understand.
Yeah, it's easy
Now,
to understand. Now, what is the treatment or how to manage this kind of condition, Alvin?
okay, good question, Chester. So before we know how to actually manage this condition, we need to know why does this happen. Like I mentioned, it's because of this lower esophageal sphincter. All right. There are also certain things that would actually create all these risk factors. For example, if you're a person who is obese, if you have this histo hernia, if you're having some delay, your stomach is always eating at the wrong timing. So all this increases the risk of having this acid reflux. And once it is actually happening for many times, then it actually increases the tendency of getting this acid reflux. And the symptoms of it, like I mentioned, you feel some chest pain, burning sensation in your chest. Probably you start to feel a bit of acid taste and difficulty swallowing in your throat. And these are all the common symptoms that you feel, and this is all related to GERD. So as Chester asked me just now, how do we actually manage it? There are many things that we can do to actually manage it, from the diet changes. For example, we need to avoid certain foods and we need to take some probably some supplements or things to actually control it, which we will actually speak. So as we know all this acid reflux, the symptoms and the cause of it, and actually how to actually manage. Now, there, like I mentioned, there are certain ways that we can actually manage it. There are certain solutions that we can actually do to actually help with this condition. So, to know more about this, I think then we should really ask somebody who has actually went through this condition and actually be able to share his personal journey so that he can share with the audience online how he actually overcome or how he actually found relief through using some of the products or using some of the solutions that he has. So without further ado, I think now is the time that we actually welcome our guest for today. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Martin Arrais.
Hi, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Okay,
Hi, Martin.
good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the viewers around the world. Okay, my name is Martin Arrais, and I'm 66 years old, actually. Now, today is my birthday, actually. Today I'm 66.
Today's your birthday?
Oh, today
Yeah,
is your birthday.
what a
Ah,
luck, right? Yeah.
yes. Happy
Okay,
birthday to you,
Happy
Martin. I hope
birthday, Martin.
thank you.
people online, please help us to wish Martin a very happy birthday and very healthy birthday, healthy throughout the year and all this time. Thank you, Martin, for joining us today. And as we mentioned, today we want to ask you more about your journey. So, we know that we are going to talk about GERD and acid reflux. So, Martin, why don't you share with us, how long have you had this problem before with
Actually,
this?
I started somewhere late 2016, where I used to get a lot of this bloating and acid reflux. And it became more severe during 2018, somewhere around October, where I had to seek medical advice. So the only solution was to see a gastroenterologist. So I visited a gastroenterologist in October 2018. And as usual, a lot of test procedures were done, including colonoscopy and endoscopy. End result is that I was given a bunch of medicine. And one of them, if you all are familiar with, is Nexum, which I was given 40 milligrams to take for 3 weeks continuous, and then gradually reduce it every alternate day for 2 weeks. I was taking it for close to 2 months. And after finishing the dose, as per prescription, I thought I was good, for the first 3, 4 months, everything turns out well. But suddenly, after the fourth month, I started to get this reflux again, started to come back. So I went back to see the gastroenterologist, and he asked me to take the Nexum anytime I feel that the gastric was coming. So I was doing that, and I noticed that there's a cycle in the rhythm in it. And it always happens within 6 to 8 days. It starts around the 6th, and it gets very severe around the 8 days. Taking Nexum was an immediate relief. Within half a day, I'm totally cured. I have tried many remedies, cutting down on oily food, spicy food, alcohol, coffee, and a lot of people have recommended some tea from Japan, Korea. I tried all those, but nothing seems to work. Nothing seems to work. And then the COVID came, 2019, 2020, 2021. So I was in this dilemma, taking Nexum every 6 to 8 days. Without it, I have severe pain. And many times, sometimes when I go for flight, because I work in the airline, if I forget to take the medicine, my God, it severe affects my working life. So it came to 2023 when the doors were open again, where we could really see the doctors again. I visited another gastroenterologist in my hometown in Seremban. And again, he did another colonoscopy and endoscopy. Same medication was prescribed, taking it for 3 weeks and 2 weeks, gradually reduced. And again, I noticed within 6 to 8 days, the acid reflux returns. And always when it returns, always becomes more severe than previously. So it so happened that nothing seems to work. And to me, having gastric pains every week is, I wouldn't say, it's not a good feeling having it every week. And all of a sudden, somewhere in 2023, I think, I was introduced to this by one of your Prife consultants. I think actually it was meant for my wife, actually, that unit. So she asked me to try it on myself. I told her I had this problem, try it on yourself. I said, go ahead, okay, I'll try it myself. Surprisingly, actually, when I first had the device, I was thinking, what hair dryer is this?
Yeah.
Anybody else? I'm very skeptical about it. I tried
Yeah.
many things around, nothing seemed to work. So I never expected this to work on me. So anyway, I gave it a try. Blew on my stomach for 5 minutes. And then I was told by this one of your private consultant to increase it to 10 minutes. So I did just that, 10 minutes. And
So
10
Martin, before we go into deeper about this, let us summarize some of the things first, and because we also realize I think there are some technical issues on Facebook, they're still getting it done, but no worries. Let me just summarize what you said because you actually mentioned quite a very good point on and that you have actually having this acid reflux for a few years, correct? And
That's
you
right.
were like taking medications to control it. And after that, you are taking Nexium, which is one of the PPIs. Like I mentioned, a lot of people will be taking this medication, and this will actually help to control the stomach acids in the body and actually prevent or actually reduce the risk of getting this GERD or acid reflux. And with that, you've also, I think the doctors also recommended some of the diet changes, like you mentioned, not able to, you're not able to actually take some coffee or have alcohol or even spicy foods, especially because these are the things that will actually trigger these stomach acid in the body. So that's why we will need to also be aware of how to actually um, control our diet in order to prevent it from escalating further. And I think that's a very good that it shows that I believe you agree with me when we say that these are all the changes or the challenges that you face due to this condition that we have. And that was previously you had this for quite some time. Did you have any improvement even with this medication or even with some diet changes? Was there any improvement based on that, or was it
But
just
no,
for control?
there were no changes. Actually all this like spicy food, I stopped for a month. Nothing seems to work. Oily food, a month doesn't work. Even coffee, I stopped for a month. It didn't work. I'm a great lover of coffee. I used to take 2 to 3 cups. It didn't work then, and nothing seemed to work. And I think the only thing that can relieve the symptoms was that Nexum 40 milligrams I was taking. Nothing else.
Okay, true. Then later on, you've actually mentioned that that was the obstacles that you have faced and challenges. So then you happen to know about Prife or iTeraCare. Guess how did you actually hear about this, or who actually recommended? How did you hear about Prife or our device actually?
Okay, Prife was introduced to me by a very good friend in Prife. I think Yilan is the name. She was more concerned of my wife because she's a very close friend of mine and my wife. And my wife had stage 4 cancer, and she was uh, giving some advice to her. And actually, we used the device on my wife actually initially. Then on, when she said, "Why don't I try it on myself since I have the device with me?" So that prompted me to use the device on myself on my gut.
Okay, that's good. So um then did you first learn about iTeraCare? Right, the device that we have on Prive. So, do you have any skepticism, or were you what do you feel um when the first time did you hear about it?
Yeah. First time when I saw it, I was like I said, it looks like a hair dryer. In fact, I even told to Yilan that, this looks like a hair dryer. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking, how is this going to help me or my wife? But when I saw the changes, there were some significant changes when my wife used it. I think I do not know whether you want me to elaborate here how that prompted me to use it, because I saw the changes in my wife that prompted me to use it on myself, to touch it on myself. I think that will go a bit more detailed, I think, right? You want me to explain about how it was introduced to me?
Yes, actually. Probably you explain. So after getting to know, I'm sure you have some doubts on this device. So but what convinced you to actually try it, or how long did you actually try it before you actually believe in it?
Actually, like what I said, I used to get I had to take my Nexum every 6 to 8 days. When I used it for the third, fourth day, it was the sixth day. And I noticed there were no pains, there was no incoming pains. And when I was using the one for the 8th day, I was still okay. I was telling myself, shit, this thing seems to be working on me, And it went on until the 16th day, I think around the 16th or 18th day, that the pain started to come, where I had to take Nexum. And this cycle repeated for the next 3 cycles. And again, I noticed it was coming every 16, 18 days with me using the wand. That prompted me to think that, this wand actually has helped me in relieving the symptoms that I was having in GERD. And then again, I consulted Yilan again. I say, I told her I'm getting it at 16 to 18 days. And then she asked me, what is the most common thing that you notice that you are doing or taking? So I told her that I always get that feeling that the acid reflux was coming around 10:30, 11 a.m. in the morning. Then she's only good about your lunch suggested what is common that you have in the morning. So the only thing that's common breakfast is changes. I have sometimes bread, sometimes different food, but it's always common thing is coffee. So she asked me, why don't you try and cut coffee, see whether it works. And surprisingly, the moment I stopped coffee until today, I think now is what, 9 months since September last year, I've not taken any dose of Nexum. In fact, I just went through my Nexum box and the expiry date is in August. It looks like I'm going to throw all that away. I don't need to use Nexum. And I feel that I fully recovered from this bout of GERD. And in fact, actually, the last 2 weeks, actually, I was telling my wife, I'm a great lover of coffee. Why don't I give it a try and start coffee again? So I'm limiting myself the last 2 weeks. I do not know the outcome will be 1 cup a day of coffee, and I will see for myself whether I get this reflux that comes back. If it comes back, then total elimination of coffee. If it not, then I will continue with using the one what I've been using every day for 10 minutes, 6 times a week. One day I do not do it. And I also blow on all my pressure points, my body, my hands, my palm, my feet, my legs. And my stomach, I do it for about 10 minutes a day, 6 times a week. And hopefully with that 1 cup of coffee, I can live with it and not begin to use the medication that the doctor is prescribed. In fact, when I saw one of my follow-up visits to the gastroenterologist that was in February this year, actually he was quite surprised at my results. And he told me, what are the things, what are you doing? So I talked to him about the one. Being a doctor, I don't think they believe in all this. But he did say to me, do whatever you're doing that makes you feel better. That's what the exact word he said. So that means he has no objection to me using the one on mine, as long as I feel better. So I'm using it since then.
So like you mentioned, how often were you using the device, and every day? How often are you using it?
I'm using it for 10 minutes only on my stomach.
Mm,
For all the pressure points, I do about 2 minutes each time.
true.
I think some of them have got these booklets,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just follow the guidelines that's in the booklet.
Yeah.
And I do it 6 times a week. So the only day that I do not want my body is on a Thursday.
Yeah. So you've used it 10 minutes every day for 6 days every week, and these are the changes that you've seen. So share with the viewers, is it easy to use the iTeraCare device? Do you feel safe using it?
Okay, to tell you the truth, I have three of the device. I have the
Yeah.
classic, I have the premium, and the pro. I find that the premium, I think, is the most easy to handle because it's
Mm-hmm.
light. And the heat that produced from the unit, I think, is bearable. The classic, I find it a bit hot, on the hot side. But I use it also to do my water. What do you call it? What do you say the word? To warm
Yeah.
my water that I drink.
Mm,
So
true.
I have a permanent fixture that blows onto the water, and I consume the water every day. Uh, Before I
Yeah.
go out, and for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner, I use that water, warm water. And the
And
Pro that I use it. The Pro, I find it is a very good device. The heating is, I find that it's the area that it covers is much wider than premium and classic. The only thing is that it's a bit difficult. It's a bit heavy. I find it a bit heavy. Doing it on myself, but I managed to overcome that by using some device to hold the device and blow on my tummy. It's a
yeah,
bit heavy, I find it, but it's a very much better device.
very much effective and very much powerful that when you're using the Pro, we agree. So
On the classic.
yeah, that's something that I think the audience, if you are considering or you have a few devices at home, for us, Mr. Martin here, he had a few devices, classic, the premium plus and the pro, and he prefers the pro because of it's much more effective, it's much more powerful. Not to say the rest are not as effective, but sometimes maybe it might take slower, or maybe you might feel take a longer time to achieve the effect. So, Mr. Martin has also shared that he has a lot of improvements after using the device for his on in terms of his acid reflux. So, Martin, you also shared that nowadays, are you able to drink coffee, which you love already now?
Yes, or this is the second week. I'm drinking coffee. There's no pain, no acid reflux. I'm
Yeah,
going to carry on. Hopefully, it doesn't come back again, and I can
yeah,
start drinking my coffee. But again,
good.
I will limit myself to 1 cup a day, just
Yeah,
to make sure that the acid reflux. But the funny
yeah,
thing is, the first time, before I used the one, when I eliminated coffee for a month, it didn't work. And
yeah,
now, when I'm using the one, maybe supplemented by the coffee, sorry,
yeah.
it's
Great.
on my body now.
Great news. So for Mr. Martin, who, like I mentioned, people with acid reflux or GERD, they should also limit their caffeine intake, the coffee. And Mr. Martin, going from somebody who is not able to take coffee for regularly, probably you take it once and then you will cause a lot of stomach acid. From that condition coming into now that you're able to take it every day, 1 cup, limited only, but still you're able to have it your coffee, your beloved coffee. So I think that's a very good news. After using our device, it actually helped you to benefits you, and you're able to live a more improved quality of life like that. So we're also very uh happy that you have uh, able to encounter these benefits. Any other changes to your diet? Maybe are you able to drink? Are you able to eat spicy food now?
Every,
Or
Everything as per normal. I eat spicy food. I love spicy food.
uh
Oily food, I eat normal oily food. I have my normal glass of beer. What else? Coffee. Everything as what I've been doing previously, and it doesn't seem to affect acid reflux that used to happen to me previously. And besides that, also, I think I've also used this unit. Besides for my GERD, I use it for, like what you said, other parts of my. I have a prostate problem, which we will discuss at some other time.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So you also mentioned that you were actually using our iTeraCare to blow on your tummy area, right? That's a very good suggestion and recommendation as well.
Yes. Now, honestly, this question I have to ask Alvin. Can you explain about how can we use the iTeraCare wand using the traditional Chinese medicine way to blow on our meridian point?
Okay, all right, sure, Chester. So that's actually a very, I think maybe some of the audience, they do not understand, okay, maybe you have acid reflux or you have this gut condition, how are you going to blow or which parts are you going to blow to actually help with this condition? So let me just get my slides ready for this, okay, and here. Okay, see, let's go back to talk about our iTeraCare is actually a device that helps to unblock all of our blockages in our body, and that includes meridian points, meridian channels in our body. Now, what are meridian channels in the body? If you're somebody not familiar with a traditional Chinese medicine, all right, meridian channels are actually like energy pathways, the flow of qi energy in your body. So, looking at the diagram, there's actually a flow of a highway of energy in the body. And when there are certain places where you have acupressure points, where there are blockages over there, around along your meridian points, and this is what causes some of the energy to not be able to flow correctly, and that's why you might have some conditions in the body or some diseases. So in traditional Chinese medicine theory, they actually believe by stimulating certain meridian points, you are able to improve the conditions or actually relieve some of the pain or some of the conditions. So as we mentioned today, we're talking about GERD and acid reflux. So here I would like to share with you where are the points that you are able to blow if you have acid reflux or this GERD condition. So again, if you have this iTeraCare at home, okay, if you are somebody who also suffer from GERD condition or acid reflux, the first two places that you will be blowing, like also Martin has mentioned, is the tummy area. But specifically, he did it very correctly. But specifically to let everybody know, the best position, the acupressure point would be the CV6 Qi Hai meridian points, as well as CV12 Zhongwan meridian points. As you can see from the diagram where I have highlighted it in red box, all right, these are the two points, one below the navel and one above the navel. So these are, if you're blowing around the tummy area, the abdomen area, then it's fine. You're actually stimulating these meridian points and the energy flow. So by doing that, you're actually improving the digestive system, you're improving your stomach digestion control, and also helping your stomach to keep stomach acid inside stomach and not really it also lowers the risk of the LES, the lower esophageal sphincter, by opening up. So you're actually keeping the stomach acid in the stomach. And also another two meridian points. Don't forget to screenshot for guys, all right? So the one that we mentioned just now are the one below the navel and one below the navel, all right? So there's two more acupressure points that you can also pay attention to is the PC6 Neiguan. All right, this is actually at the wrist here. All right, you can actually blow at this area. This one actually stimulates and also controls the digestive tract and also your intestinal tract. This one also helps to control your digestive and also help to manage if you have GERD and acid reflux issues. And the fourth meridian points is ST36 to Sanli, which is actually near the knee. All right, if you can look at the right diagram, it is located about 4 fingers below your kneecap at the outer of your shin bone, as you can see from there. All right, 2 points on both sides of your knee, which is ST36. So if you want to know further, you can always ask us, or you can actually just type in these meridian points. You'll be able to know which are the points to actually focus on if you're having this condition. So also this one, Martin, you can also practice this if you want to improve on certain places on for the for this acid reflux and this GERD condition as well. All right.
Oh, thank you for the information, Alvin. Now I know how to use it whenever I encounter someone who have acid reflux. Now, when Alvin was explaining everything, I was surfing around our live channel, our Facebook. We have a question from one of our viewers,
Right.
which asks Martin, how long did it take for you to feel any improvement?
Okay, like what I said, when I used to get every 6 to 8 days, the acid reflux used to come. I used to take Nexum around the 7th, 8th day. So when I started using it, I actually use it on the second day, second or third day. So when it came to the 6th day, I was telling myself that the acid reflux is going to come, but it never came. The 7th day it didn't come. The 8th day also it didn't come. So it went on until the 16th day before I had to take the medication. That's how, from then on, I realized that by using the one, it has actually helped me in relieving the acid reflux with me. And by also supplemented by removing coffee from my diet, until today, already 8 months, I have not had any acid reflux, and I have not taken any medication until today. That explains to the viewer there.
Wow, amazing advice. And also, not only that, of course, we have a lot of comment from a lot of everyone that wishing Martin a happy birthday.
Thank
And
you.
also, we have some, I think we have one special comment from the person who introduced you the device, which is Elan herself, saying, you are giving hope to coffee lovers who may have acid reflux or GERD.
Okay, may I add something that I'm doing differently? I do not know. Actually, all this started in 2020. I started following a guy by name of Serious Keto. He used to take what do you call it? Apple cider vinegar. Actually,
Mm,
I started using acid by cider vinegar during that time. It offers some relief, right? And until today, I'm still taking acid cider vinegar because I've gone through my medical records where they do blood pressure, blood uh, sugar level, and all those. And I find that with the combination of apple cider vinegar with the blowing, my blood pressure, if I can show you some details, is I was previously having quite high pressure, 130, 140 over 90. Now my blood pressure is actually 110 over 70. Even my wife can't believe it. My sugar used to be 5.8. Now it's 5.2. Even my cholesterol actually is previously used to be high. I don't have the reading now. And my last reading when I went to the gastroenterologist where he did all my blood tests, my cholesterol level was good also. So that's one of the reasons why I'm giving this combination of apple cider vinegar, which I take twice a day, and the one that I'm using today. I hope that helps some viewers out there.
Yep. So Martin, does taking apple cider vinegar actually helps with your condition? Maybe you want to share with the viewers also. Does it help for your condition?
Yes. I think if you go on the website, they follow that Serious Keto view is a video on taking apple cider vinegar. And I believe it
Right.
does help. Not only for maybe for my stomach, but it also helps in other
Yep. Other
health
health conditions as well.
health
Yeah.
conditions. That's correct.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. So talking about your sharing today, we're also very happy to hear about how our products or even how the after getting to know more improvements that made and you actually have some new more actually positive changes in your life. So right now, I'm sure your diet is you are not so restricted, we would say.
Not restricted, but I reduce my carbs. The only thing I reduce, I think, because of age,
Yeah.
eat less, and I'm trying to keep my weight to a good level. So
Yep.
the only thing I cut down is carbs. The rest I think is I'm eating as per normal.
Do you what about your medication previously? You taking medication for acid reflux? Has it been lowered or
Uh,
decreased the
I
dosage?
totally eliminated any medication for acid reflux. And the
That's
gastroenterologist told me that if you have any problem, come go and see him, which I don't believe I will seeing him for now.
That's great. That's great. So, you've totally eliminated the medication for GERD. So that's actually very good news after having some diet changes, after using our iTeraCare. And these are very, very good news. In fact, it can actually inspire people, audience online if you're tuning in and if you're facing the same condition, or if you know somebody facing acid reflux or GERD condition, share this with them and let them know that our product is actually able to help them. Right? Okay, so lastly, Martin, any advice that you want to share with the audience? Like, for example, if they're having acid reflux issues, any advice that you want to share with them, or you want to tell them about like our device, or
Yeah.
ask them to, yeah.
I think everybody is different. Maybe for me, it worked well with the one with and coffee, but elimination. Maybe some other people will be the one with spicy food or the one with oily food. So everybody is made differently. So it may affect different people different ways. So if you are trying what I've been trying, if it doesn't work, coffee, if you try coffee, it doesn't work, try something else. Oily food, remove oily food, spicy food, remove carb, try the factor of elimination. I think that will
Yep.
help you.
So that's very good advice, and also that you've actually spoken from experience, letting viewers know what are the things that you can take or what are things that you should avoid. So from my side, I would also like to share some of the tips and knowledge for people tuning online. If you are having acid reflux condition and if you're having gut issues, all right, there are certain things that you can do to lifestyle changes to actually help with this condition. For example, okay, I'm gonna share a little bit more additional info, okay, for the benefit of our viewers, all right? Like Martin has also mentioned, a lot of people you should try to avoid spicy foods. You should try to avoid very acidic or citrus fruits because these are the things that will actually irritate the stomach acid and it will probably increase the stomach acid in the stomach. All right, these are the things that you should avoid: spicy foods, acidic fruits. All right, try to also limit your intake on the fried fatty foods, all right, because these foods will actually slows down the digestion, all right, in your body, and also it helps to relaxes the lower esophageal sphincter, and that also helps to control and keep the stomach acid in your stomach, all right. Okay, so other than that, also I will also recommend for people who having this condition, try to limit your intake of any mint. All right. For example, peppermint or spearmint or even mint flavored tea. These are the things that might also stimulate these acid reflux. So try to avoid these foods. All right. Also avoid carbonated drinks, soda water, because all the bubbles will cause some bloating issues in your stomach. And it's also soda water, carbonated water are also very acidic. And this is also not a very good sign for the stomach acid. All right. Also, as Martin has mentioned, obviously you need to avoid coffee and alcohol because these are the things that the caffeine and alcohol actually increases stomach acid. All right. And now these are the from dietary changes. Okay, there are also certain things that you would like to okay avoid. For example, if you're taking some supplements, all right, some vitamins, all right. If you're taking vitamin C's, all right, try to also pay attention to the what types of vitamin C's that you're taking. If you're taking a vitamin C that's slightly more acidic, okay, try to change it to a different type of vitamin C because who knows that might also trigger your stomach acid, all right? Try to a lot of vitamin C's are also as ascorbic acid, all right, try to change it to some other forms of vitamin C, for example, time release vitamin C's or even buffered vitamin C. These will actually help with the condition. So you may not know actually these vitamins are probably some things that might trigger. All right. And also if you're taking iron supplements, all right, iron supplements can also increase the stomach acid in the body. If you're taking iron supplements, take it with food, all right? Don't take it on an empty stomach. So these are the things that will irritate your stomach. Okay. And so for example, if you are having acid reflux and you are facing these issues, right, you would need to look for some things that actually improves your digestion. All right, you want to look for something that soothes the irritation in your stomach. So for example, you can take some supplements. What supplements would I recommend? All right, I would recommend taking some digestive enzymes. All right, if you are having some in the market, if you're looking for something to help with your condition, besides medication and other lifestyle changes, all right, you can look for digestive enzymes which help with your digestion and it doesn't cause a lot of irritation to the stomach. You can also look for probiotics. Probiotics is a very good supplement that actually helps to calm your digestive tract and actually improve the gastrointestinal health as well. So these are the things that you can look out for. And over in Prife International, we actually do have a lot of products that will actually help with this condition. So, for example, if you are somebody with this condition, and you can also consider our hydrogenated water, all right? Our hydrogenated water. Drinking hydrogen water actually improves the anti-inflammatory properties. It helps to actually reduce this inflammation, calms the stomach, and actually it adds a lot of antioxidant for your body. And also you can consider taking our cage alfalfa. Alfalfa is also very strong in alkaline. Alfalfa is made it's a very high good product which is high in antioxidant. So and also very high alkalinity, it balances the acidity in our body. So alfalfa is also very good. But then of course not forgetting if you're looking for probiotics, we have our nattokinase probiotics supplement as well as our prebiotics, which is the probiogen. So these are the things that you can actually consider getting yourself, all right, if you're having stomach acid and all this acid reflux problem. So these are the products that's currently available in certain countries. Is if you're tuning in from Malaysia, obviously these are the products available in Malaysia. And for people from other countries, you can contact your branch office and let them know if you would like to get these products, all right, available in your country. We will try to figure out a way how you can actually get these very magnificent products in Prife International itself. So these are the dietary recommendations, supplement recommendations that we would like to advise people who are facing this acid reflux problem. Besides that, there are also certain things that we would like to give some tips, additional tips for the viewers, all right? Don't forget, try to sit upright after a meal. I'm sure Martin, you will agree, right? After taking a meal, when your stomach is digesting, try to stay upright and not like lie down or like, some people like to lie down immediately after a meal. So that's bad because your stomach acid might flow back into your esophagus and cause all this acid reflux. And when you're taking meals, try to have smaller meals. Don't take a very full meal because that will also lower down the time that is needed to digest food. So that will also cause some indigestion issues. So take smaller meals. Don't take too heavy meals. Or if you're trying to take a very proper meal, probably split it into smaller parts so that it doesn't cause too much burden to your stomach. And there's also one tip that I would like to share with the viewers, okay? When you are going to bed, all right? When you're going to bed, if you can, please, if you're somebody who sleeps on the side, try to sleep on your left side, meaning try to keep your stomach at the lower side, near closer to your bed. So meaning you sleep on the left side. So if you're having stomach acid, it wouldn't flow back into your esophagus as compared to somebody who's sleeping on the right side, then it might cause some acid reflux issues, or that is the tips that we can share with you guys. So hopefully these are the things that you can actually practice on your own and see if it actually helps with you. And of course, not forgetting as we've mentioned earlier, and also Martin has shared earlier, he has been using our iTeraCare. You can use the iTeraCare to blow on the meridian points that I've mentioned earlier. And these are the things that will be able to stimulate the digestion and also to help soothe any irritations on the stomach acids. Thank you. So, Chester, I think any other comments from the Facebook viewers?
Yes, we have numerous, but I have gathered some. Well, just now when you are mentioning about the hydrogen water bottle, I was stumbled upon through one comment saying how to improve in hydration for someone with GERD. What kind of function of water can help better? Hydrogen or oxygen-rich water? Well, I guess you already answered that, right?
Yes, actually, if you want to compare, for people who are in Prife International, we do have a few products that's for water hydration. We have our OxyTab, which is for oxygenated water. We also have a hydrogen water bottle, as well as our Seven Wonders, which is good for hydrogenated water. So if you're talking very specifically in terms of acid reflux and GERD, I would recommend hydrogenated water because hydrogenated water is actually good for antioxidant. It is actually balancing the acidity in the body. It also increases it reduces the free radicals in the body. And if you're taking it from Seven Wonders, you're also adding more minerals to the body. So these are the things that actually balances the pH level in the body. And I would recommend hydrogenated water. Oxytap water is good for other functions, but if you're talking specifically for stomach acid and acid reflux problems, I would recommend hydrogenated water.
Oh, thank you for the information, Alvin. Well, not only that, we also have other comments. One of which that I stumbled upon through is actually from Susan, all the way from Kenya, Africa. Wishing Martin a happy birthday. Thank you for sharing with us. Sending blessed from Africa.
Thank you.
And not only that, we also have someone commented from reflux to relief. You are amazing, Martin. So that's all from the comment. Back to you, Alvin.
All right. Okay, so we would like to thank Martin again for his very incredible sharing. And also Martin just now also mentioned, besides experiencing our products to help with his GERD and acid reflux condition, he also shared that Martin, you also have your blood pressure and your blood sugar being controlled as well, right? So I think that's also by using our other products like iTera Bio, which are all together with the iTeraCare that helps to control blood sugar and blood pressure. And also, as Martin probably has mentioned, he does have another condition which is related to his prostate health, and which is a very big improvement on his prostate condition. Now, because it is a very significant and a very uh, uh, particular, very impactful experience, we would also like to save that experience for another episode. So next time we will invite Martin again to share on his experience and improvement on his prostate condition. I'm sure you guys will be very interested to know what actually changed for Martin. Okay, besides acid reflux, another big significant improvement is on his prostate condition. Right. So we will talk to you again, Martin, next time on the prostate condition. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. Then aside from that, we also would like to also touch on like Martin's also besides him using it, he also his family, his household is using it. His wife is also using iTeraCare, I believe. His wife has some health condition and is using iTeraCare. Probably you just want to share a little bit on that, Martin. Has it helped with your wife's condition?
Okay. About my wife, actually, that what prompted me to use the Prife. My wife was going for the second, she had cancer first time 2009, second time in 2023, 24. And every time when she go for chemo, after the second day, she have lying in bed for the whole day, hardly drink any water, hardly eat anything. She'll be throwing up whatever she eats. So I've seen that in the first time when she had cancer in 2009. I also saw that in 2023, 24. So what I noticed, what change I found out during the 2009 and prior to doing the one, for 3 to 4 days after chemo, I never used to see my wife. She'd be lying in bed, totally out, be vomiting, bucket at the side of the bed, throwing out because of the chemo. But when she started using the one day I was just sitting down in the hall. She came down and she felt like, I wouldn't say she was good, better than normal. She could come down, do part of her chores, which she normally does, and then she went back to bed. I saw something that was something different. You know, you see someone that is lying in bed for 3, 4 days in a row, and all of a sudden you see her walk out. Then that prompted me to think that the only thing different that we were doing was the one. Prior to that, I think Ilan used to give me quite a lot of supplements for chemo. Never used to work. You know, I used to spend quite a lot of money actually. Ilan will count to it. Supplements for her to feel better during the chemo session. Never worked. But some of the other using the one blowing on her, and it seems to relieve certain pain or certain illnesses that she had.
Yeah.
And I thought it kept on improving. You know, she used to come down and dinner, she used to come down again, talk for a while, then didn't feel well, she goes up and lie down again. So that was a big change that actually prompted me to also try the one on myself.
Yeah, we're very happy to hear of your wife's improvement. For people tuning in online, we would also like to reiterate that Martin's wife is actually having this cancer condition, and she was undergoing chemotherapy. And his wife is actually using the iTeraCare to actually improve her condition and probably improve, like, probably in terms of her energy level, in terms of her appetite, and in terms of other quality of life. We are also very proud that this device is actually able to help her cope with this condition for the time being. So we hope that she will recover very soon and that she will actually be healthy again very soon. All right. And besides your wife, I'm sure you would like to also want to share when we receive the video from Martin's testimony. We feel so happy to see that Martins is also using this iTeraCare on another family member in the household. And right now, let me just share it to the viewers here, and you guys can see it for yourself. Right. Wow. What's the name of your pet dog, Martin?
You won't believe it, it's a soju, a Korean drink.
Soju. How old is your pet dog?
Now it's 12. Actually, we use it the one because on the belly area, she used to have that dark, rough skin, you know. And then looking at the video now, actually it's totally cleared up.
Mm.
And my soju seems to like whenever we use the wand on her. We use it 5 minutes a day. Follow the same timing as me. Only Thursday we don't do it. And she seems to like it, and always when we bring it the unit down, she always come to me and wants to blow on the tummy area. So we do it every day.
And judging from, I'm sure a lot of people will be very feel so adorable looking at your dog who's totally enjoying this iTeraCare therapy session every day. Are you using it on Soju every day?
Yes, correct.
I'm
Very
sure
good.
Doc is always looking forward and very waiting for this iTeraCare daily sessions. All right. So I think that's we've actually shared a lot from Martin. Of course, we do have a lot more to share with Martin next time. So thank you again, Martin, for sharing and giving this opportunity for so many people to learn and to understand how they can actually cope with acid reflux condition. And also thank you for all the audience for tuning in tonight. Okay, so we hope you are able to take in what we've actually shared, and who knows, or also share this to people who you think are facing the same acid reflux condition. And these are the things that who knows will be able to help with your condition. And if you have any questions on certain of any other questions, you can continue to leave your comments. And if we are not able to answer your questions, we will still compile all these comments and we'll answer them at a later date. All right. So also because as we mentioned, just as mentioned earlier on from the beginning of the session, Martin is actually the grand prize winner of our Share Your Story campaign. He actually won himself the grand prize for his very, very amazing testimonial. When we went through his testimonial, it was very amazing, very inspiring in terms of acid reflux and also on his prostate condition and also as well as so many other health conditions. And that's why we have very privileged and honored to invite Martin to join us here tonight on our live stream. And if you guys have similar stories or any other health condition stories that you would like to share with us, don't forget to join our Share Your Story campaign, which is actually a monthly campaign. So right now I'm gonna share with you guys this is the Share Your Story campaign over here. All right. We are having a monthly campaign to collect testimonials from people around the world. It doesn't matter which country you're from. All right. Just screenshot this page. All right. Scan this QR code and submit your testimonials to us. All right. And the best testimonial every month is going to win some prizes. So what prizes do we have? The grand prize, which was won by Martin. There was 1 month that he actually won this. The grand prize actually is an iTeraCare Pro with the value of 3,800 US dollar. That's the grand prize. If you have an amazing story, look no further. Don't forget to send it in to us. All right. Even the second prize will win an iTeraCare Premium Plus valued at 800 US dollar, as well as a Scala Energy watch which is valued at a 990 US dollar. That's the second prize. The third prize will win an iTeraCare Premium Plus valued at 800 US dollars. And we do have other special prizes, a total of 17 special prizes of Iron Shield, which actually worth 350 US dollar. These are the prizes that you stand a chance to win when you submit your story to us.
And of course,
Okay.
who know, maybe in future you'll be also one of the lucky guests to be invited to our live stream to share your story to everyone around the world.
Yeah. Okay. So don't forget to join our Share Your Story monthly campaign. Okay. So I'm sure any other comments or questions, you can continue to leave it in to us. All right. As we come to the end of the session again, we would like to thank Martin again for joining in and to share your story with a lot of the viewers worldwide. And also, any parting words to the other advice to or anything you would like to say to other people, Mr. Martin?
No, I think I've said what I have to say, and I believe that this thing has worked on me, and I'm very sure it would also help many other people who have the same problem that I have. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Thank you again, Martin, and we wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
and we hope
Yes,
to
happy birthday, Martin.
yeah, we hope to see you again another time. So thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next week for our next session of live stream. Who will we invite next week, or what condition will we be talking about? Stay tuned, and we will update you further. So have a good evening and good night. Bye bye.
Medical disclaimers. iTera Classic and iTera Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent.